We did the Eastern Conference earlier. Let's do the West, where the top three title contenders reside in Los Angeles and Houston. The Lakers are the overall favorite to win it all at plus 200. LeBron looking for his 10th career finals. The in-house rival Clippers have the second shortest odds to win the West and the third shortest overall. The Clippers have never gotten out of the second round in their history. And the Rockets are third behind the LA teams at plus 1,500. Houston has reached the conference final twice in the last 5 years, hasn't made the NBA Finals since Hakeem and company in 1995. So for our first bold prediction, the one, the only,
Jay Rose.
Good morning, family. Here this morning. All right, Jay, Western Conference bold prediction, what do you got?
My Western Conference bold prediction is that the two best teams on paper, the Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers, will not face one another in the Western Conference Finals.
Why? Wow.
Because the Houston Rockets, the Denver Nuggets, the Utah Jazz will upset the apple cart, and they will find a way to have a better record than the Clippers. Therefore, the two LA teams will be facing one another in the second round.
Wow.
Not the conference final.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
did.
I like that. We have to sit and look at the standings. That is a very interesting thought. Meanwhile, Jay Will, give me a bold prediction for the West.
The Rockets will finish with the second best record in the Western Conference.
There you go.
They will finish second place. Jay Rose, to add on to what you just spoke about. They have the 8th easiest schedule of the remaining teams that they play against. Also, Russell is averaging 33 points per game.
How much?
And 33 points per game in 2020 on 53% shooting, Gritty, if you haven't heard me. They have two guys that are on the cover of GQ magazine, two guys that are averaging 30 plus per game. Small ball is about to take it down.
I like that. Legs, give me a bold prediction.
Zion Williamson will win Rookie of the Year.
What?
A lot of people have dismissed it. They're going to say he's not going to play enough games. We're going to get into this a little bit more in a second.
Yeah.
And I'm going to explain why that mentality makes no sense whatsoever. If he plays the rest of the year, he's going to get 37 games in. Let's say he even misses a couple. He's going to get 35 games in. Are your eyes not telling you that ultimately this is going to be the best rookie? He's going to end up averaging probably 22, 23 points a game, close to 10 rebounds a game. His post-up right now is the #1 most efficient play in the NBA. You get 1.5 points every time he posts up. That's better than LeBron, ISO James Harden, ISO Luka Doncic, all the best players in the league. What he is doing right now, my eyes are telling me I know what I'm seeing. Now, they might come up short with the playoffs. That might push to Ja Morant. And I got nothing against Ja Morant, by the way. I'm a huge Ja Morant fan. I just think people that say he's not going to play enough to win it, I don't understand the argument.
What do you think, Jalen?
I believe he hasn't played enough to win it. And Ja Morant has been terrific for Memphis, a team that, by the way, if I walked around this building and was like, tell me Memphis' head coach.
Yeah.
Most people would not even know who it is.
Correct.
Ja Morant has lifted that franchise. He leads all rookies in assists. He's been terrific scoring the basketball. He's so far ahead of Zion Legs. I don't think that Williamson has a chance to win
so
the
far.
award.
Yeah, I don't know if he's so far.
Yeah, see, he got on a roll. He went too far. He got on a roll.
I was
He went
with
too
you
far.
until so far. By the way, Memphis has the hardest remaining schedule. I'm just saying, the hardest remaining schedule according to BPI.
Rookie of the Year, though, in fairness, Rookie of the Year is not like MVP. It's not usually something they give to a guy based upon the record or anything like that. Now, what you may be arguing is if he lifts Memphis, which we thought would just be awful, into the playoffs, then that might be a feather in his cap. But, Jalen, there has been something spectacular about Zion. As crazy as it sounds, he's been better than we expected him to be.
Zion is amazing. The impact that he's had on the league and on that franchise has been outstanding. But for this year, we can't put him in an all-star game. It already passed.
Yeah.
We can't give him Rookie of the Year because Josh so far ahead. I know that we're going to appreciate the greatness of Zion Williamson, but this is Ja Morant's award, fellas.
I know Legs has said he doesn't think they can make the playoffs. I want you to have hope.
Yes.
I still think
They're
there is
going
a way
to
for them
make
to
the
make
playoffs.
and Zion can take them there.
They dug too deep of a hole. They're going to run out of time. They got 6 games against the 3 teams right in front of them. They basically would have to run the table against Memphis, Portland, and San Antonio to do that. So I think they're going to come up short for the playoffs. What I'm saying is, though, if this guy gets 37 games in, 35 to 37 games, and you know what you're watching every night is the best play. I don't care if he doesn't get to more than 50% of his games. It doesn't make
What would the number
Embiid
be?
should have
How
won it
many
too.
games? I just want to very quickly ask Jalen, because how many games would he have to play for you to have said, okay, that's enough?
You got to at least play 55, 60 games, fellas, to get Rookie
That's
of
the
the Year.
question.
I
Especially
disagree.
in the same season as
Because
Ja Morant.
basically, if I think Zion Williamson's the best rookie, basically I'm going to be telling people that don't believe what you watched for 35 games. right? Because he, to me, has been the most dominant rookie, and he's going to continue to be. If he stays healthy the rest of the year and puts up these kinds of numbers, and they close that gap but don't quite make it, for me, that's Rookie of the Year
material. It's going to be an interesting debate as we go. By the way, another reminder, tomorrow night, our NBA doubleheader will start with a potential playoff preview. We'll have Chris Paul and the Thunder hosting Jokic and the Nuggets. That's 8 Eastern, and then you will see the Phenom, Zion, and the Pelicans beginning a playoff push on the road against Portland. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown tomorrow night, 7 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Hey, quickly, did you see what happened to Duke last night?
Say that again to Jay Will.
They got blown
I hear
out.
'em.
They lost by 22 against unranked NC State. And after the game, Coach K had a fascinating explanation of what went wrong.
They're just playing hungrier and better than we are. You know, this isn't an Xbox game. This is a human being game. This game is about human nature and human beings. And sometimes when you eat too much, you're not as hungry. When you need something, you're really hungry. And when those two meet, a lot of times the team that needs it the most kicks the other team's butt. And that's what happened tonight. I don't know. I'll play Xbox later and see if we can do that.
So he kept that light and funny, but not so much, huh?
First off, it just breaks my heart that we got smacked like that last night. But I do think this is a learning opportunity for this team, and I think Coach K will take it to that principle because for this squad, like they are a young basketball team, Greeny. There's no dominant team in college basketball this year. Maybe Baylor is the closest we have to this.
But it sounds to me like, so we just listened to that for the second time. Coach K basically just said, my guys weren't hungry tonight.
They weren't.
Right? That's what he said.
They weren't. So what happens, and I've been through this before, you start reading all the press clippings. You start thinking, hey, we're on TV every single night. Everybody's telling us how great we are. And then you go on the road against a team that isn't in the NCAA tournament yet. They're a bubble team, and Markel Johnson goes off for 20-plus points. So this is a time for them to draw a line in the sand and to find out more about their identity. I have to kind of extract some positive out of this whole thing because I was in turmoil last night.
And Coach K was smiling when he was talking to the media, maybe not so much when he's talking to his players.
Yes.
Anyway, the college basketball game of the year is Saturday night on ESPN. Number 1 Baylor going for the regular season sweep of number 3 Kansas. Bears going for their 24th straight win. It's actually Saturday noon Eastern, excuse me, not night. Saturday noon Eastern on ESPN and on the ESPN app. Coming up here on Get Up, you'll hear why Baker Mayfield's new coach wants to see more Mozart and less metal from the quarterback. What does that mean? We'll figure it out for you next. Get Up on ESPN.